Carmelita started her first year in literature, one of the few courses women were allowed to take during 1890s. Although, she wanted to learn more about the law and politics, but the law barred women from studying it, at that time. As she sneaked into attending one of the law classes held in the university, she met Sebastian, a self-absorbed man who thinks she was stalking him. They kept bumping into each other after their first meeting. Sebastian hid from the women that kept chasing him in the library, only to sit next to Carmelita. She was reading a book when he mistakenly thrown it in the middle of the table after a woman chasing him found them. Since both their books looked the same, he picked up what he thought was his and went out of the library. He went to his class with the book in hand. Thinking it was his, he opened it in front of his professor. His professor immediately called him out and took him to the administrator's office because he brought prohibited content to class. He tried to explain the incident earlier, but they did not believe him. They gave him a warning as a courtesy to the king and queen. He began to hunt down Carmelita to exact his vengeance, but she manages to escape him every time. One day, the royal carriage arrived at her school. At first, everyone was buzzing why it was there. All of a sudden, her terror of a professor walked towards the carriage. Sebastian, who was inside the royal carriage, spotted her. He invited her to come with them. She wanted to run at first but eventually agreed to come, thinking she needed to face her punishment for causing him trouble. The trip was unpleasant, to say the least, but it became even interesting when they arrived at the palace. She had begun to say her goodbye to her parents when they corrected her. She wasn't there to be punished as she thought she would. It turned out she got invited because her parents were guests in the palace. They sought the help of the king and queen. They even created an alliance between the two kingdoms. The king will receive a ship full of gold and other precious gems. In return, he will supply guards to protect Pat's kingdom. To seal the alliance, they betrothed Prince Sebastian to Princess Carmelita, even though he already found his fated. What happens to them when she finds out Sebastian already found his own fated? Will it get between the two of them, or will he accept her? Read My Prince, My Mate, by N.A. Bofill. Exclusive on Dreamy. Like, comment, and share. Follow us for more #Pinoy Pride stories.